All right, folks, we are live. Road to 170, day 3. Just putting a band-aid on my hand quick. I'm gonna hit some balls, warm up a little bit, and then get after it. I've had a bit of a frustrating morning and day so far, so I'm honestly looking forward to taking some of that out on some golf balls here. So I'm going to be swinging rather aggressively as soon as we get warmed up. And chat not wanting to load. All right. Shoulders are pretty sore from yesterday. I did shoulders, biceps, and abs before playing with Flying Fat Kid. Feels like my right knee needs to crack. I'd like to see, last time we hit, I think, 162.7 or somewhere in there, somewhere in the 162. I would like to see, with a little bit of extra anger and oomph behind it, 165 plus. My personal best is 167, so we're chasing that 170. What's up, CJ? Hopefully today's the day, and if not, we'll see what we can do, and just slowly but surely get quicker and quicker. I will try though. I'm gonna swing hard for most of them. One thing I do want to mess around with a little bit, which I was telling Flying Fat Kid, is I was messing around with a little bit of a weaker grip on my right hand. So basically just turning it more overlapping the thumb may help get rid of some of those really big misses to the left. And then the other thing, Flying Fat Kid has crazy high ball speed. So one thing he said, if he could basically pick one thing for me to work on, would be to feel like kind of at the top of the backswing, right at the downswing, kind of feel that squat down here, and then right before impact, feel like you're pretty much up and jumping off the ground. He's saying I'm using my legs, but not quite enough, so I'm kind of losing a point of leverage and some extra power. So we'll see. I mean, for me, it's tough. All of us kind of have a swing somewhat ingrained at this point. It's not that I'm incapable of changing, but if I start trying to say, all right, I'm really going to use my legs, it just like I start getting like crazy with not being able to hit the ball, and I'll end up popping it up or something. So I'm going to have in the back of my head use more legs, but in terms of like doing like this big drastic change type of thing, probably not. But real is different than feel. So if I just think even a little bit about kind of that exaggerating, like that's the problem when I start feeling like I'm using legs, it's like everything just goes out the window. So it's like, I don't know if I want to do that and just stand completely up. That may be the wrong feel, but in any event, I'm going to try to feel like I'm using, I guess one way to put it, feel like I'm using more of my legs without completely losing my entire swing. Feel like I may have a little more pop on the club than yesterday, though. That was a pretty easy swing going 100. Let's see what this pitching wedge does. I think this ball is on its way out. Yeah, we're got a little bit more speed today, I think. I was struggling yesterday. Let's see if this 8-iron gets up to about 155, 160 within these first couple swings where I feel like I'm not even hitting it that hard. Oh, that's a shank. $153. Take just a couple more so we don't hurt ourselves, but I feel like I'm pretty much ready to start taking swings with driver. I would assume when you find the timing on when to jump will be the eye opener. I understand the feeling of squat and jump almost causes a flip of the ball. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not real is different than feel. You got to exaggerate. I know I'm not doing it right, but I've tried that in the past. Like I know I said it last time. I think you may have been here maybe a couple months ago when I was doing this, but I know it says day 3, but I've done this a bunch before too, and literally just it seems someone mentioned the other day like definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but I gained about 15, 20 miles an hour of ball speed a couple months ago, literally just by every couple days like this. And I wasn't even that consistent with it, just swinging harder. I'm not saying that I like my swing's perfect by any means and I don't need to change anything, but I start getting in my own head, especially now when I haven't even been hitting driver that great. And I start saying, okay, let's try to like squat more. And my worry is like, okay, maybe I can start squatting a little bit more, but maybe I put a massive sky mark on my driver that now is permanent there, or I pop something up and the thing goes like flying and breaks something in here. Like at a certain point, I can try to do it slowly, but to put like I think a massive change into my swing where I feel like I'm not even going to be able to make contact with the ball, I don't know if that's the most beneficial. I get you got to do it, start somewhere, but I don't think my swing is completely broken. And the fact that I've done it before with just swinging as hard as I can for ball speed worked out pretty good. Wow, that was all right. We got some speed today. That was a pull draw, but that was 164 with an 8-iron. Usually that's like a 155, 160 club. That was the guy who told me not to waggle. I think that was no. I think those were different. I remember that a couple times ago. That was McGolfin TV Phil. He was kind of just being somewhat helpful, somewhat trolly. He's a good guy. The other guy before the other day was saying, like you got to like try different stuff. He was saying it's the definition of insanity, but I don't know. In any event, I feel like we got some speed today. I'm just gonna swing hard, get my body used to swinging faster and faster. And as crazy as it sounds, literally without changing anything in my swing, I'm just gonna be able to pick up speed as time goes on, just from swinging harder, your body moves faster, you recover, you swing harder, your body moves faster, etc. Now, as much as I want to just absolutely slaughter this thing, I am going to take a couple smoother driver swings to start, just so I don't like tear my back on these first couple swings, and then we'll really start really start getting into it. High toe on those. Oh, low in the face. I don't know. I don't know, CJ, if you understood what I was saying, but making body movement changes and feels using foam balls. That's how me change without feeling like I need to kill the ball. Speed training with a golf ball. Yeah, Flying Fat could even mention too. Do some like in terms of the squat, doing some just without the ball. Just feels like I lose all kind of like my head comes flying up. I don't know. I know you need some of that. I feel like I do incorporate it. And it's not that, I don't know if I'm doing the best job explaining it. It's not that I'm unwilling to change, but when it feels like I can't hit the golf ball by doing something, when I know. Also, the problem too is as of late, all right, that was very low toe, and that was 160.5. That was a like very low miss hit. That's not bad. I forget what I was just about to say. Oh, the fact that I know, as of late, I've been hitting the driver so poor. I'm still kind of tweaking, trying to find some like different how I align my grip, where the face is, all that kind of stuff. The fact that I'm kind of just like messing stuff around, it's not like I've been hitting driver really well and then say, okay, I know I can always fall back to that and then let's try something new. I'm like trying to switch things around to even find like the middle of the face right now. So to put in something completely different, I don't know. It seems like too much to toss in right now, but good job, man. Appreciate it. All right, that's 160.5. Let's start getting after some. I don't hate that. 158, 274, low spin, but that's 308 total. That was really, really low heel. Man, right as I was about to hit that previous one, something in the back of my neck. For anyone new, um, my personal best is 167, and as a point of reference, PGA Tour average ball speed. So obviously average, meaning there's a lot of guys that are above it, also a lot of guys that are below it. But PGA Tour average is 171 ball speed. So there are some people out there that have crazy high ball speeds, but when you start getting into anywhere, really anything golf related, you're anywhere near the level and like the mark of anything professional, you're starting to get into shaky territory. Why is it teed up so high? Tee high, let it fly. That's why. because I hit up on the ball about 6 degrees. Well, don't hate that carry. That's 292 in the air. I just feel like I have an extra gear today. Like, that was still a miss hit. That was high on the face. But I feel like I just have an extra gear of what I can get after right now. So that was basically a 161 miss hit. And that flew 292 in the air, 312 total. $161. Unfortunately, Grayson, I'm using, it's called the Square Golf Launch Monitor. The only thing, this thing is, it's $700 and is like basically the best value in all of simulator golf that you can get. Even, I mean, debatably in actual golf too, but it's amazing, super accurate, super awesome. It has everything besides club head speed, which they keep saying since it's been released that they're working on, and it may be coming. So unfortunately, the only thing, really the biggest downside, is it doesn't have club head speed. So I can't use ball speed, or I can't use because it doesn't have club head speed, I can't do smash factor. But I'll tell you, if I hit one really good, you can probably safely divide, if you want to know what my club speed is, divide the 161 between, obviously 1.5 is a perfect out of the middle smash. You can divide it anywhere from like 135 to like, I would say safely 1.4, 1.45. So you take 161 divided by like 1.43. So meaning it's like a miss hit, it's not perfect efficiency, and you can get an estimate and you can get a range of where I'm swinging it in terms of club speed. That's 161, 280 in the air. I'm kind of flaring my feet out a little bit more. A little bit of a wider base today. I would take that all day long though if I could do that. A little bit spinny, 2300. Oh, way off the toe. All right. No spin, but that's 162.3. Really, it's nice when it goes down the middle, and it's nice when the spin numbers are good and it carries far, but realistically, it doesn't really matter where these are going. We're really focusing just on the ball speed. Oh, that felt better than 159. I think one way I may be able to feel a bit more of the legs is if you've seen Bryson's videos where he kind of has in the backswing, kind of feels like you're floating up. Maybe without me thinking about too much at one time, have a way to incorporate a bit more of those legs into it. Oh, miss it. Make the window of me larger? You want the video bigger? I can do that. Well, yes and no. I would have to move the chat. It's kind of like it would have to change a bunch of different things. Um, so yes and no. I'd have to like resize everything. I kind of have these things set up to where everything stays the same, and I can just start recording. Bob No Way here used to compete in long drive, so I'm sure you probably want a closer look of what it looks like when I'm swinging. If I got rid of the chat on the screen, I can. Teed up that high, your spread of mishits expanded. Tour ball speed average also comes with 1.48 smash average. I feel like your coast speed is really not that far off. It's just spinny mishits. Yeah, I agree with most of that, Grayson. I feel like, well, I don't know. I don't know necessarily what my. I don't think I'm swinging it. I don't think I'm far off. I don't think I'm swinging it like what they're swinging it at. But I think some of these I'm swinging it really fast, and the mishits are pretty bad. I don't know if that's as much with tee height as it is with just I'm not as good, obviously. But really, my mishits aren't spinny, as in my mishits are like low spin. Those have been my misses as of late, sub 1000 type of spins. Usually I don't have that many mishits. You'll see a couple, but for the most part, if I mishit it, it's going to be trying to play this draw. It's going to be sub 1000, not like 3000 or above. And as soon as I say that, catching these low. It's better. $277. Trying to slow down the backswing a touch. Woo! It's not a bad one. Bob, I don't know if you're in here before or anyone. I had one earlier on that was like 293 carry. That's the best ball speed so far, though. 163.1, 289 carry. The difference in, just for anyone wondering, the slight difference in the carry raw and the carry game is because locally I'm at like 295 feet of elevation or something like that. So that's basically just 300 feet. So you get an extra yard, less than a yard, just because of the 300 feet of my local elevation. But I don't hate that. Would like to see it draw, but oh. swinging across it, 3.4. I'm opening my stance a ton, trying to flare my feet out. That was rather high on the face. That was rather low on the face. My 172 ball speed carries 290. Maybe I need driver fitting. Try only flaring the left foot. Keep the right foot square. Flaring both hips just as locked as no flare. Funny you say that. C-Drum actually said the same thing. I remember seeing a video too of Xander Schauffele. They said he actually tries to go either square or a little bit pigeon toe because he can load into this more versus if you splay this out. I have a bad right knee, so it could be part of it. Like I have a bad right shoulder. There's other stuff where maybe it's unconventional or not optimal, but it's just the way my body can swing it. But I think in terms of if you have 170 ball speed, 172 ball speed, that's really good. I probably just have, I'd assume maybe you're playing a fade. I try to play a draw, and my spin, I launch it so high with hitting up on it so much. I basically have, if I can control it, a high straight knuckleball. So it goes pretty far and it rolls out, and you don't need the highest ball speed in the world to be able to hit it the furthest if you basically hit a high launching knuckleball. That's like, usually my best ones are close to like 1800 spin. Usually if you go and get fitted somewhere, they want you like 2000, like 2200, somewhere in there. That felt better. All right. I feel like we're at least getting somewhere today. That's 160, 281. So far we hit 163. Wow. Thought that was going to be better than that. 156. Swung hard at that too. I got some crazy pump-up jams in my ear too. Maybe that's helping. Pretty low angle of attack. Average 2000, 3200. Basically got the most forgiving head I could find. Try one with the damn right foot square so your hips can actually fire. I was trying it on that. Maybe, I mean, the camera could be deceiving. It is a little bit like, I'm kind of cramped on space, but like right here is perfectly down the line. So it could be a bit deceiving because I'm kind of standing here. I'm a little bit off. I don't know. You get the point. The other ones, it felt like they were square, but this one I'll even go like a little bit pigeon-toed on the right. Not bad. Maybe the other ones weren't weren't quite as square as I thought. Oh, low in the face. For the left foot even more. I can see your hips clearing way easier. Oh, miss it. Something like that, although that feels really foreign, at least something like that I can feel like I can at least hit the ball. That wasn't very good. It feels terrible how it feels like I'm basically like aimed like this. But we're swinging across it. I got to get my path more out. Almost fell over. Yeah, I'm gonna hit a couple here, just no thought other than hit it as hard as I can. Oh, low in the face. Losing my attack angle too. Oh, that felt good. Oh no. That ball crack maybe? That felt mashed. I have a feeling this may have cracked. Yep. I knew it. As soon as I can feel those, that one felt like, literally, it felt like a marshmallow when you hit it perfectly. And we got a nice new, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but right between my fingers. Let me see. Right at the bottom of the 3. I don't know. Take my word for it. It's correct. That one felt good too. All right, we're getting some back in the 160s now. Just shy of 162. I mean, these aren't bad shots, but I'm trying to draw these, and they're just coming out mostly as like baby fades. I know the newer clubs now are designed to kind of be like that. Hook came down from somewhere. Ooh, 164.6, baby. Almost 165, 282, baby draw. A little spinny, though. What's up, Grip and Sip? Getting after it here. That's the best one. You came in for the best one yet. My personal best, I think we may be able to get one here. My personal best is I honestly don't know exactly what it is. It's 167 point something. So that was only a couple off. That was the best one in a little while in terms of ball speed, 164.6. I'll put that in the chat so I don't forget. Had a nice shot shape, yeah. I mean, that's honestly, it's always a plus. That's kind of secondary. Mainly just focused on ball speed, but not terrible. Miss hit. I was saying it the other day, but honestly, this is almost as important as the speed training. The fact that these past couple now, I'm kind of finding that one may have been a misread. That didn't feel that spinny, but these baby draws, just swinging it this many times with this many reps, you just get into a groove where you start hitting them really good, and this is where you build confidence and consistency. So the speed's one thing. I don't hate 162, but same thing if you hit wedges for an hour and a half, you're just going to feel more confident in your wedges by the time you're done with it. Sound like you've already hit like 100 shots. I haven't hit that many. I'm swinging hard though. This is kind of the name of the game, doing speed training. To instead of grip and sip, grip and rip. You just got to swing. So I've hit 74 so far. Some of those were warming up, but pretty much the name of the game is you swing as hard as you can, get your body to slowly start moving faster, take a day or two off, swing as hard as you can, get your body to move faster, and before you know it, hopefully, I'll be at 170. It's a couple really spinny ones in a row. Oh, miss hit. Good ball speed, rather high in the face. 567 backspin, not exactly ideal. I feel like these balls are probably on their way out too. That's how you sound just walking up to the tee box? I mean, I'm sweating. Like, I'm pretty profusely sweating. I'm swinging hard. I know the mic is pretty sensitive, so it probably picks up. I've heard some of mine in the past where I'm breathing kind of heavy, but this is honestly, you swing driver as hard as you can for an hour, hour and a half. It's like a legit cardio workout session. That was almost a little tiger action. I took it back and I caught the tarp. Why am I afraid to swing out to the right? I'm like coming over the top and across it on some of these. I keep hitting that stupid. Whiskey dehydration technique doesn't help out. Rehydration to do rehydration. See myself out. No, it's all good. Appreciate you keeping me company. Oh. Got to stay back on it a little bit more, I think. That was a better swing. Lower spin, but 275. Uh, I'm going after him. Off balance, but I am going after him. I was getting my channel's first live stream this weekend. Not sure what the plan should be. A couple rounds, just review some different whiskey. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. To be honest, you'll do enough of both of them, just whatever you want. Honestly, I would probably recommend for your first one, there's going to be some stuff that goes wrong and that you wish you would have done differently. So I would just do something by yourself, a little more laid back, test out some stuff. And then honestly, for the first probably 5 or 10 streams, there's going to be stuff where you want to change around to say, oh, this, I forgot to turn this on. The sound doesn't sound good. The image is crooked, all that kind of stuff. That's a missile down the middle. Not the best ball speed, but 278, 1800. I like that 1800 number. 278 raw, rolling at the 301. A little high in the face. Only use your phone so you can save up some scratch for some decent equipment. Yeah, I mean, whatever gets you started. I mean, I slowly improve stuff too. I started out in the backyard in a dirt pit, so it doesn't need to be perfect on day one. Try a couple with slower backswing, really coil up, and then just let it go. I was thinking though, I mean, you think about, I think maybe I just felt a little bit quicker today, but even from, had to believe the other day helped. The other day I was mostly like mid to high 150s on most of these. I would say for most of these now we're high 150s, low 160s on the majority of these, and we've crept up almost 165. So even like literally one day of doing this, you just, at a certain point you hit a wall and you hit a ceiling, you got to break through it. But I think I still have a good amount of speed, upside, and potential. Almost 164. It's crazy how 164 carried 268, but with basically 1200, 1300 spin, that rolled out to 320. That one I felt like I got a bit stuck at the top. Uh, Sorry for anyone watching. I know I'm really not talking much, but the chat got kind of quiet and I could just ramble. But honestly, I'm just trying, like, by any means necessary, hit it as hard as I can. So I'm switching around different stuff, grip, alignment, setup, where my feet are. Maybe try to sway, slower backswing, faster backswing, you name it. just for giggles, I'm going to put this thing up from 8 to 10, just to see what happens. Kind of weird. Maybe it's just the way my body feels today, but kind of strange I'm swinging so far from out to in on some of these. So maybe a little more loft, shut the face, see what happens. Try to make like the same swing. I always seem to almost drop this head off of this thing, so we'll do this over here. Right now it's one click towards lower from standard. It's an 8-degree head. So now this is 8 playing 10, which is fine, but the problem is going from 8 to 10, it shuts the face 4 degrees. I'm a pretty firm believer at this point. Like, I think you can hit, no matter how you set it up. Obviously, certain setups are going to be more suited towards others, but the fact that still, maybe that would have been under 1,000, but 1,300, you can still hit really high spinning. You can hit super high spinners with a low loft club, and even up to 10 degrees, you can still hit low spinners. I get it's about narrowing it in, but certainly launched higher. Things just climbing in the air. I don't know why I'm not hitting up on it as much today. Hit up on that one. Either I'm getting tired or I'm losing a bit of ball speed, it seems like, with this 2 degrees extra loft. See if we can get one back up into the 160s. Or 152. Oh, shoot, I'm sorry, guys. My chat was the same. I'm sorry, guys. My chat was It was in the same spot from when I touched it. I've been just yapping over here. I thought no one said anything. My bad, guys. Uh, can you make the left arm and shaft stronger and straighter? Really push your left bicep into your left pectoral. Yeah, I can try that. Sorry, guys. Let me catch up on these. I'll do one at a time. So you're talking maybe more if you're still in here. My apologies. I thought people just weren't saying anything. You're saying like lock it out a little bit more, kind of like this, like Bryson. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. It may be tough for you to see, but it felt like my arm was more like this. I don't hate that. That's a good. Let me try a couple more of those. Nate UCO. More investment time, more results. Golf is like my girlfriend and wife. You don't invest the time, I'll let you know about it. Put your right foot back about 2 or 3 inches for more draw spin. What does your address spine tilt look like? Can't see it from this camera angle. Need more separation between your hips and your shoulders. That's how you create torque. Arms are driving 90% of your swing. Bet I could sit on a stool and still produce. Lift my hands up. My bad, guys, again, about the chat. I like that feeling, though, of having... Did Nate Dogg just fix some of my swing issues here? That seems like those last two have just been right down the middle. That narrowed up dispersion, which would make sense because my arm's not in a different spot every time. I'm kind of just locking it out. I saw something with what's his name? Gary Player was talking about in the backswing, taking your arm straight across, and he was like doing like this thing. He was like poison, poison. I like that feeling though. I was saying earlier in the stream, one of my buddies that also streams Flying Fat Kid, he hit some last night that were like 170, 175 ball speed, and he says I need to use my legs more and feel like I squat. But the problem is I feel like I have strong legs, but when I start getting too much like that, it's like way too much movement, and I feel like I'm going to miss the ball. Like I know the feeling, and more of that. It's just way too much for me. Way too much timing and movement. Lock in the face. Secret of Golf. Saw a Gary Player video. I wish you knew it sooner. Well, that's what he was saying, right? And that is this where you got this from, or is that? But he was like, I won X amount of majors, and I didn't even realize this until later. And he was, yeah, the same thing. Like when you're under pressure, he was saying like you could be here, 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 but like when you come straight back this way, whatever he was saying, you're kind of locking yourself out. All right, that was a little. Oh boy. Well, it worked good for about 2 swings. How long have you been going for here? I've been getting after it. Hour and 15 minutes. Titleist TPI video is perfect for me. That's what I do with my arm. I average about 175 ball speed. Funk Panda. I used to swing with lifting my left heel up. Once I started it, found myself having better control. You can only bench press 110. I weigh 185 pounds and 5'10". Losing my balance. Nate, you seem, I mean, I like that tip. You seem pretty knowledgeable. If you have, I'd like to see if you pop in Discord, you can like send, uh, if you have a Discord, you can send any kind of links or whatever that you want. Yeah, I mean, 175 average ball speed, that's nuts. Um, if you want to send anything like directly, whatever, again, contact. That'll probably be the best way to do it in Discord. But 175 is crazy. PGA Tour average is only 171. My personal best so far is 167. All right, what did you say? Lockout. What was your first message? Make that left arm shaft stronger and straighter. Really push your left bicep into your left pectoral. Lift the hands up a bit. Low on the face. Am I leaving weight on the trail foot? Yeah, I know, which is, I feel like I hit it the best when I stayed back on it a bit and kind of let my hands like head back and weight almost back a little bit. I know you want kind of get that weight, but I feel like when I start doing that, it promotes, if I get too far this way, it promotes over the top, weight forward too much versus letting it a little more from the inside and feeling like I'm kind of hanging back on it a touch. Wondering if this is because you're in a closed space. I mean, it could be. It is rather confined, you're saying, in terms of like stuff here. You definitely can't swing quite as free as you would like to. I'm pretty used to it at this point, but yeah, I mean, I'm hitting this screen, which is part of it too. Like, look how close I'm tapping the screen right here. Like, this is only, I think I'm like 6 feet from the screen from the white line to here. So I don't want to blame it on that, but it's definitely not like free open like you're outside kind of thing either. The hell was that? That ball must have just shattered. 116 ball speed? Unless my driver just shattered or that was a severe misread. That's rather odd. Oh, they talk big time. Try to finish with my hands high in the follow through. Sheesh. Not the craziest ball speed in the world, but that's 289 raw. 1300 spin. That's why people always say, like, obviously that's very below optimal backspin. But if I can get 289 out of it and it rolls out an extra 25 yards on top of it, that's not a bad drive right there. We're chasing ball speed, but that was courtesy of Nate right there. That was left arm kind of locked out across my pec and feeling like I finished with my hands a little bit higher. Problem is that how far can you turn your shoulders without your hips rotating at all? Which way? Both ways or what? I mean, problem is though, even you saying that, like I had in the back of my head as soon as you said finish with my hands high, like I can have my hands above my head, but it's very, very close to the ceiling. So if I'm more of like kind of finishing like out and up, I can touch this, which is again not exactly ideal if you're trying to do stuff like that. But hands high is Mo Norman. We love Mo Norman around here. Could have hit it. Could have hit it offline if I tried. Did straight every time. Track all my shots. 5,100,000, 260. You're keeping your hands moving on target longer. Backswing. Go to my right knee. Like this. The problem is I can't read what you're saying, but yeah. I can't swing though. I'll hit this back here. Rotate the backswing and no hips. I mean, it can go further, but then my arm starts to bend. Maybe not as far as I thought I could. I have been battling, as of late, neck and upper back and right shoulder tightness, which hasn't been super fun, but increase my flexibility there. So I mean, based on that, I get your point. I should probably feel like my arms probably stay extended out in front of me for longer. I would assume is the feel here. That was high heel. That was just a miss hit. Do I want to feel? I get the creating more width. Do I want to feel? Is it more so one than the other? Do I want to feel more straight and back or straight and kind of around? Or both? Seem like a bodybuilder guy, which over time has lost flexibility. When I'm driving, I have rips pop out of place due to torque in my chest. Yeah, I mean, so I wouldn't say body. I know what you're saying, bodybuilder. I work out. I lift weights every day, like at least 5 or 6, even sometimes 7 days a week. Like yesterday, I did biceps, shoulders, and abs. Today, if I work out after this, legs and triceps. So yeah, and I'm sure just from overuse swinging, working out, and not stretching enough, all that stuff. You're right. I don't have like ideal flexibility. On top of having probably some extra muscle that also restricts it. But that's why I kind of swing with what I have. Want your backswing to feel wide and back. I have in the past. It's just one of those things where I work out for usually my workouts take about a half an hour, and there's been times where I do like a couple months in a row with doing stretching a couple times a week, and I do feel better. It's just it takes now from scheduling a half an hour to do working out. Now it's an hour between lifting and stretching, which just becomes over time. You say, all right, I'll skip it today, and they're like, all right, well, I don't have 30 minutes today, so it just becomes one of those things where I know I need to, but it becomes tougher to dedicate and schedule. Again, with the that's part of it too. Like I don't know if you could hear that. On the backswing, I caught the tarp back here, which is kind of. Let me see if I can go. It's like that stuff you think it wouldn't make a big deal, but that's just in the back of your head. It's where like you don't want something to. I try to widen that a little bit. You can't really see over there, but I just moved it back a little bit. $180 yet? Not 180. Our best today was one. Nate over here has been giving me some good tips though. C-Drum. Nate meet C-Drum. C-Drum meet Nate. C-Drum is head golf professional here. Former D1 college golfer. Pretty pretty good advice. I hit 164.6. 164.6 was the best today. I still feel, I can feel like I'm probably fine now. It feels like when I extend my backswing, I'm going to catch this over here. You're just a dad. Gives me too much credit. 164 isn't bad at all. Yeah, I mean, that's what we hit earlier. Honestly, I'm like completely soaked. I've been out here for like an hour and a half now, so I'm kind of tightening up and cooling down a touch. But my best so far since I've had this indoor simulator is 167 point whatever it was. That's my best. Today was almost 165. So I know it's there, and the whole reason why I'm doing this is just without changing a ton of stuff to where I have a million things in my head. Just today was really the second day in quite a while that I'm just swinging as hard as I can. And I did this prior a couple months ago, and I was able to pick up about 15 miles an hour of ball speed just by swinging as hard as you can. One, two, a couple times a week. I do have this thing turned up though. I don't hate it. I have it turned up from 8 to 10 right now. Too many things in my head. Nate, you should join. I don't know if you did or not. I don't have my phone, but join the Discord. You seem like a good dude. You got some knowledge to share, or at least subscribe so you can pop into another one. There's some people where it's one thing people have opinions and they have advice, but if they can't actually do it themselves, then not that it doesn't help and it doesn't mean anything. I think it's just an extra level of validation if you're actually giving advice like C-Drum and you're able to actually do it yourself. I think it means a bit more. I will say though, my neck is rather tight. All right. I think try to get one more above 160 and then call it a day. This is for old C. Diddy here. I do like that feeling, though, of the bicep into the chest. Look how high these things are launching with this thing up to 10 degrees. They're just like launching straight up in the air. Yachov Luma by 40 yards at Aviera. Called them bad names in German. Roy talks a lot about the bicep and the chest, rotating around that left arm. I like it. Did you play much C-drum? Were you able to do any like actual like play like 9 or 18 with him, or were you just like you would hit shots here and there as he was doing like a practice round? $159, just a touch left. That was Healy. Played 18 the day I arrived, shot 73. He shot 78. Playing the tourneys, just played during practice. Took him to Top Golf. He thought that was the first time he's ever been to Top Golf. I loaded in my driver swing in a Discord. Word. So you joined? You seem pretty knowledgeable, so it'd be cool to kind of pick your brain a little bit, and I'm sure some other people too. There's been some other guys like Danko, who's one of the guys, Garbage Garage Golf. He has a channel. He just for the first time last night hit 150 ball speed, and he was really happy about it. So there's a couple of us out there that are kind of chasing some higher speeds here. And Bob No Way. I don't know if Bob's still watching. He used to compete in long drive. $40 old, not as good as when you're in college, but I'll take it. Ball speed's not there, but it's not a terrible carry for a pretty high heel miss hit. Man, these going up from 8 degrees to 10 degrees on this head, these miss hits are like spinning out of control now, up towards like 3,000. I know that backspin is forgiveness on miss hits, so it's going to hold its line a bit better, but that thing looks just crazy seeing it balloon up in the air. Both threw your backs out of Top Golf, trying to hit those junk balls at the end of the range. That's cool. I got to maybe get you on stream or something, see drum, and hear about the entire trip. I've heard like bits and pieces, but I'm sure there was like some funny stuff that happened. Did you guys drive? You must have drove, right? You probably rented a car and drove from California to Scottsdale, I'd assume. All right. That was, I got a little more legs into it. 161, 279. Only thing that I don't like about that is it was a baby fade instead of a draw. You have a range with TrackMan? Flew into San Diego, drove to Scottsdale, really cool drive. More lower body on that. I felt, yeah, I could feel that. But for me, it doesn't feel like the squat and jump. For me, that feels like when you see Bryson, he kind of like is more like when he loads up and is more like that. I feel more legs going, I guess, more rotational than more so like squat. Honestly, though, I'm exhausted. I've been going now. How many shots have I hit? It's probably been hour and 35 minutes. I think I may end it on that one. I know you guys have popped in somewhat recently, but I've hit 158. So my like visor is literally drenched in sweat, dripping. At a certain point, my shoulders are hurting. I want to rest up and give this another go. Probably not tomorrow. I'm going to be sore. Yeah, take a break. I feel like every 1 to 2 days off in between is the sweet spot. But I mean, we made some pretty good progress. We've had, I would say, a good amount of these over the course of that were high 150s, low 160s, and we hit almost 165. We had a bunch of them that were 270, 280. We even had a couple that were 290 raw carry, which was pretty cool. There was one, I think, 293. We had 289. There were a couple bombs, and I like that feeling of kind of locking that bicep into my left pec. I like that. More of a jump spin. Man hurt his little backy. All right, one more for C-drum. 160. We'll go 160 plus ball speed with a draw, and then we'll call it. I get too much legs though, and I lose balance. I'll say, I don't know if you guys can see that sweat stain though, but that's the bottom of my shirt. The sweat stain's there. Man, that would have been nice. That's right down the middle. That's technically a baby draw that has 27 RPMs of side spin, but it wasn't 160 ball speed. Ah. TPI video in the Discord general, one of the best videos, ground forces. I've watched a couple of those. I really like them. I think one of the first ones I saw was when he was fitting Micah Morris for irons. Those guys, that whoever that guy was, he was like a taller dude. He was really knowledgeable, and he was doing everything based on landing angle, I think it was. Oh, come on. 159, 266. Kind of a baby push draw. Didn't come back a ton, but I think my neck must be, like, I know for a fact my neck's hurting, but usually I'm up towards 6 degrees attack angle. I've been a lot lower today. I was only 3.7 up. That backspin is just... I'll definitely take a look, though. And I appreciate the tips. I am going to hit. I'm stubborn, so I am going to hit 160 with a draw. But not that one. $279 raw, though. Not exactly where I want to be ball speed wise, but these aren't necessarily bad balls. I'm usually pretty happy if I see anything about 270 plus raw carry. Backspin's a bit flat, meaning I need to be more vertical. I feel like I get too vertical, like that one I tried to feel like my hands were a bit higher. I get too vertical, then I really come over the top and feel like I'm chopping down at it. I got all kinds of issues if you can't tell. Not as many as C-Drum. C-Drum's got a lot of issues, but I do have some issues. Felt better than 154. Losing speed. Want to take it back steep and then shallow it on the downswing. Oh, I don't know if 160 is in the cards. $158, $266. That spin though is just killing. 2800 versus 1800 is just killing the carry, and it's killing the rollout too. Definitely more control with this thing. 8 degrees turned up to 10, but obviously lower spin, a little bit hotter on the lower loft, less control. But it is fun seeing those 1800 RPM spin missiles that carry pretty far and roll out even further. That had to have cracked. I felt like I hit that pretty hard for only 141. Yep. That was an even a bigger crack. So we have cracked. These are tailor-made TP5Xs too. We've cracked 2 Xs so far. That's the second one today. You may be able to see this one. If I got my flashlight out, you'd be able to see it, but see that crack right between the fingers? That one felt pretty good too. Those things are expensive too. Those are like $5 a ball. All right, a couple more, then I actually got to call it quits. I'm getting pretty tired. Honestly, I don't hate the 8 turned up to 10 degrees on the head as much as I thought I would. All right, we got to end it on that one. That's what I like seeing too. I know those spin numbers are low, but 159.6, 284 raw, 1700 spin, and it's rolling out to 307. And it's right down the middle, more importantly. I'm out of here on that one. I'm definitely going to need to stretch a bit. Oddly enough, it's not really my back. It's just I don't know what I've been doing lately with maybe the way I'm sleeping. My neck. It's like sides and back of my neck are just like on fire. Tried hitting it faster. Not a bad idea, C-Jump. I don't know why I haven't thought about that over the past like almost 2 hours. It's honestly not a terrible idea. Probably just hit a couple pitching wedges here and talk trash to C-Drum. That was kind of unfortunate. That's basically $10 down the drain in balls. Nate, if you're still in here, do you do the whole left arm thing with irons too? How'd Luma like all the Gray Barn Golf swag, C-Drum? Was he impressed? Did he like the t-shirts and the hats? If only hit Pro V1s, I can't. Can't use them with the square. Believe me, I would. I like Pro V1s and they're cheaper. I'm liking this left arm thing. Do you do that at all? He basically said, kind of like what Bryson does, feel like your left arm in the club is straighter and push your left bicep up against your left pec as much as you can and kind of lock it out. I like that a lot. Seems to really like the t-shirt. Watch it daily and wear it again. You should have just gave him a cut. I think you bought a couple, right? You should have just gave him a few more. I feel like I'm locking out the face a little bit better. And these aren't bad. I'm not even swinging that hard. These aren't bad pitching wedges. Granted, I just swung out of my shoes for an hour and a half, but that was thin. Gary Player thing keeps you connected. Yeah, that's what we were saying. I didn't know if that was like more Bryson Kind of seems like he does that, but when he mentioned that, I've seen that Gary Player thing where he's like, I won this amount of majors and I didn't even know this, and he was like, when you're under pressure, you take it back here, you could be here, you could be here, and he's like, poison, poison, poison. That's one of those things I've seen in the past, and I was like, okay, that makes sense, but I've never like, maybe I should just play. That feels pretty good. It's a 129 raw. Usually I get a hit pitch and wedge to be around 130 carries, usually a pretty good strike, which it was. Oh, that's a shank C drum. It's a 116 Hosel rocket though. Still got some good distance on it.
CD-ROM, Gray Barn Golf Tip $1 through Super Chat.
You're supposed to. I appreciate C drum, nice shank. You're supposed to talk trash and then have the thing read it out to me so I can cry. Nice shank. These do feel pretty good though. That was a little chunky. A little chunky like C drum. Oh, we're losing it. The first couple were good. Now I'm thinking about it too much. All right, let's hit 130 in the air and then call it a day. After like 20 minutes of me saying I'm going to call it a day. Oh, C drum. Turns out Gary Player doesn't know what he's talking about. All right, 133. Love to see it. 1 8-iron. I'm feeling like this 8-iron may go like 165. Usually I hit it about 155, 160 if I hit one good here. Pull draw. That's 162. Caught it thin. Oh, that was almost a shank. Don't hate it. I gotta work on that. Oh, that one felt good. All right, we're ending on that. That was flushed. I didn't swing super hard. That one felt good. 159, baby draw. I'm out of here. Appreciate the super chat, C-Drum. That was the one and only today. I'm doing this new thing. I don't know if you have YouTube Premium or not, but it was towards the end. I think I still have it up somewhere. It says super chat equals no ads. So as soon as I get a super chat on any of these, I turn off ads for the entire stream. But glad to hear you and Luma had a good trip. Appreciate Nate for hanging out before for the good tips. Looking forward to seeing his swing in the Discord. Maybe he'll pop back into another one of these streams. But I'm gonna go ahead and change out of these clothes because I'm completely drenched, and I shall. GG's, appreciate it. I mean, almost 165. Hit some really good ones too. I had like a couple 293. Maybe I'll take some screenshots. I had a couple that I carried 293 raw, and there was that last drive that I hit that was pretty good too. Maybe we'll stick with the higher loft on the driver, but I don't know. To be continued. We'll probably do this again in another day or two and see what we can get up to. I feel like although 170 seems pretty lofty of a goal, I feel like I think at the most 2 weeks, especially if I speed train 2 to 3 times a week, I think we'll be able to hit it. It's just maintaining it is the problem. But I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate the super chat, C-Drum. And I will see you guys in the next one.